If you believe you may have any information pertaining to this case, you are urged to contact the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office on 616-738-4680. If you wish to remain anonymous, you may contact Silent Observer on 877-887-4536 or at silentobserver.org/contact. This video features discussions of homicide, sexual assault, and interpersonal violence, among other topics some may find upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised. At around noon on the 20th of October 1967, a father and his teenage son were pheasant hunting in a field on the edge of a wooded area near 52nd Avenue and Fillmore Street in Blendon Township, Ottawa County, Michigan. They noticed a foul smell nearby, and only had to walk about 20 yards towards it before they spotted its source. A human body situated not far from the road. According to the younger hunter, it looked as though the body had been carefully laid down, almost as if someone was making sure the person was comfortable. The duo first notified an older man in the area, who, in turn, called the police. The body belonged to a woman. The pathologist concluded she'd been dead for between 3 and 7 days prior to discovery. When she was entered into the Nameless database in 2018, her post-mortem interval was given as 30 days, though I believe this was done in error. The deceased had fallen victim to homicide, being severely beaten and rendered unconscious by blunt force trauma to the head before dying from manual strangulation. Early reports indicated she had also been raped. The victim was black and initially estimated to be between 13 and 22 years old at her time of death. At 5 feet 5 inches to 5 feet 8 inches tall, she was notably underweight at roughly 90 to 100 pounds. Her afro-style hair was only an inch or two long, and her eyes were brown. Nameless notes her pubic hair specifically was unshaven. On the right side of her jawline, a half-inch long hyperpigmented scar was present. Another 3 scars, all of which were around a half-inch in length, were present on the right side of her neck. Below her left clavicle, there lie a horizontal 4-inch scar extending towards her arm. She had additional scars on the right side of her chest, her mid-sternum, her right hip, her left thigh, and her right outer thigh, all ranging from a half-inch to 4 inches in length. On her right index finger, a healed ulcer was present. She'd had no dental work performed, and her teeth were markedly decayed. Behind her upper right incisor, an extra tooth had fully grown in, which would have been visible when she held her head back. She'd had gonorrhea in the past, rendering her infertile. It was determined she'd never given birth. She also suffered from hepatitis, as indicated by several lesions observed on her liver. At her time of death, she was using a makeshift sanitary pad made of newspaper, cloth, and denim cord. She was found wearing a pair of yellow and gold ankle-length zip-up denim slacks, over top a pair of pink cotton Bermuda zip-up shorts or pants, which were reportedly too big for her. There was evidence of some stitching on the seam of the pink shorts, likely done in an attempt to make them better fit around her waist. On her feet, she wore a pair of partially removed grey or light blue men's socks with a dark blue and red diamond pattern. She did not have any underwear on, nor any shirt. Between 9 and 9:30 p.m., 3 days before the victim's body was located, a white Rambler vehicle was seen in the woods on a trail near the deposition site, though it's uncertain whether or not this was linked to the crime. Detectives followed up on over 400 leads, as well as scouring missing person reports and contacting local worker camps, yet no one was able to put a name to neither the victim nor her killer. Over 50 years later, they remain unidentified. 2 weeks after her body's discovery, the victim was buried in an unmarked grave at the Blendon Cemetery. After putting in over 300 hours of work attempting to identify her, police reportedly stated they, quote, believed no purpose would be served by holding the body longer, unquote. In the absence of official identification, detectives posthumously nicknamed the decedent Jenny. I'll be referring to her as such from here on out. On the 29th of July 2020, Jenny's body was exhumed in order to obtain a DNA sample. A second autopsy performed on her exhumed remains found her jaw had been broken around her time of death. Interestingly, analysis of her bones determined she was likely older than originally thought, and her age estimate was increased from 13 to 22 years old to 20 to 40 years old. Following this discovery, the National Centre for Missing and Exploited Children dropped Jenny's case. They'd previously reconstructed her to look like a teenager, so do keep in mind her facial approximation may not be entirely accurate to her appearance when she died. The damaging embalming process in the 60s made it unduly difficult for viable DNA to be extracted from Jenny's remains, though officials managed in time, and in April 2021 it was announced the DNA Doe Project had taken on her case. If you're unfamiliar, the DNA Doe Project are a non-profit organisation specialising in using genetic genealogy in order to identify John and Jane Does. They have an incredibly high success rate, having conclusively put a name to 40 previously unidentified decedents at the time of writing. In essence, the identification process involves uploading a decedent's DNA kit to websites like GEDmatch, which will then link that kit to the decedent's distant relatives who have uploaded their own kits. At present, research of Jenny's family tree is ongoing. If the DNA Doe Project provide any updates in the future, I'll let you all know in a pinned comment. To date, this is all we know about the case, or thereabout. There are currently no rule-outs on Nameless, though if any are added in the future, I'll make a list in the description. I couldn't find much in the way of theories, as there isn't a great deal of online discussion. I hope this video can bring at least some much-needed attention to this poor woman's case. It's evident from her huge amount of scars and health problems that she suffered tremendously in life. She doesn't deserve to suffer in death. She deserves the dignity her killer deprived her of, and she deserves whatever justice we can give her. Though over 50 years have elapsed, the police have stressed this case can be solved given the correct details. Again, if you believe you may have any information pertaining to this case, you are urged to contact one of the following: the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office on 616-738-4680, or Silent Observer on 877-887-4536, or at silentobserver.org/contact. Remember, you can remain anonymous through Silent Observer. Thank you very much for giving Jenny's case a moment of your day.